And by diet, I'm not really just talking about weight loss. This diet will dramatically reduce almost all disease processes and help you live longer. And I think of it more of a particular way of choosing your food than a quote diet. I really don't like the diet word anyway, and because diets don't work ever. The reason they don't is because the term "I'm on a diet" suggests it's a temporary situation, and something you're trying for a little while, and something you'll soon.
Let's call it your food consumption.
Exactly. And so diet says, I'm on a diet right now, but that's not going to last very long.
Wait till the weekend.
Yeah. And so I like to think of it more as a nutritional plan, like a lifelong change. So when somebody says, I'm on a diet right now, my hopes for them being successful are not very high, because that insinuates it's temporary. So I like to think of it as, this is just the way I eat. I eat healthy now, and rather than just a diet. And as a certified weight loss coach, that's one of the things that I kind of have to explain to people. And I really kind of have two jobs. One of them is the physical part of it, things they should do, things they should not do, things they should eat, things they should not eat. But the other aspect is the mental, the how they see what they're eating and how they see themselves and how they talk to themselves with the positive and negative self-talk, and try to get them to cut out, the negative self-talk about themselves, and to get them see, to look at things, not I'm on a diet, but this is the way I eat now. So, there's really two aspects of being a weight loss coach. Is number one is the physical part of it, but also is the emotional and mental side of it as well. But the Mediterranean lifestyle is rich in vegetables, fruits, beans and peas, and whole grains, moderate amounts of chicken and fish, very little red meat, and most of the fat comes from healthy sources like olive oils, nuts, avocados, and fish, with almost no processed food and almost no sugar.
And they make lots of whoopee.
Yeah, that always helps too.
Those people are sexual creatures.
And that never hurts, right? So this diet was researched originally by a professor named Ansel Keys, and he started to look at heart problems all around the world and compare one region to others. And he found that in Greece and southern Italy, death rates were remarkably low, like shockingly low compared to some other areas. And so he really started to dive into the why. And what he found was people living in these areas ate certain foods and did not eat other foods. And the foods they were eating were helping prevent them from getting these chronic diseases. And the more he looked into this and the more he researched it, it became more and more clear that if you'll follow this Mediterranean style of eating, plant-based foods and healthy fats, very little processed foods and sugar, that you can live remarkably healthier, longer lifespan by following this sort of a diet.
I was just reading some stuff. It's funny you should bring that up today, because I was just reading about the Mediterranean diet and that neck of the woods, if you will.
Yeah.
And they hardly ever have heart attacks. Hardly
Correct.
ever do they have heart attacks.
Right. Yeah, and I was reading one article as well. They were talking about that. Like, if you go there, there's all of these very elderly people doing whatever they want to do.
Whatever they want to do.
They're jogging, playing tennis, and
out there in the yard.
Yeah, doing anything they want to do, way up into their years.
Like what you see on the commercials for drugs.
Yeah,
here in America.
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, the way things really aren't, right? So when we get back from break, I'm going to give you some examples of the Mediterranean foods, the dishes that you can prepare, how you can add it to your nutrition plan easily and affordably, and show you how these things actually prevent chronic disease. Like, what is it about the Mediterranean diet that actually works? So right after break, we're going to dive into this a little deeper.